Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Women's Intuition.
Period.
It's your lovely host, Taylor.
And it's your other host, not as lovely as this beautiful butterfly over here. But I do what I can. It's Lex, y'all. Hey.
You're beautiful and amazing.
Thank you.
Lexi Poo.
Let's cheers to that.
Yeah.
We're cheersing with
we
water.
are not drinking right now, so yeah.
Pray for us.
Are you on a fast or are you just not drinking?
No, actually, I've just been wanting to cut alcohol out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been hard with the show because, like, I don't know. I'm like, well, maybe this will just be my cheat day.
Yeah.
Even I've been trying to do intermittent fasting too. So from 10 to 6 is when I eat, and then I don't and then I fast, and then it fucks it up because we come here at like 7:30, and I'm like, well, I guess I gotta switch it up on. So when you said you wasn't drinking, I was like, damn. Fuck yeah, cool. I can really get into that. So
Look at us being on the same page.
yeah, but so what are you up to besides drinking water?
Well, I'm not fasting, but I am like on a very strict diet right now. Like very, very strict. Been in the gym every day, every morning for the last 3 days. That's big. And 5:30 in the morning. Like that used to be my lifestyle, and that hasn't been my lifestyle in a while. Not to mention, still going into the office. Bitch, I've been going into the office.
Like voluntarily? Like
I mean, both. Like they highly recommended it, and I'm like, I guess I gotta go.
Yeah.
So I've been going, and it's been like cool. It's not my favorite, but
Gotcha.
I do like feeling productive. I'm not gonna lie. It's just not fitting with my lifestyle, you know?
Okay.
And since COVID, I feel like everybody's lifestyles are different now.
Bitches uninvolved.
Right? Like, bitch, I got extracurricular activities that I be doing. So, like, when I got to do recording or when I got to play kickball, when I got to do hair, usually those activities are after work. So it's easier for me to, like, when I'm at home, getting dressed while I'm working so I can kind of, like, leave at a decent time. Now, bitch, I got to sit in traffic. Like, what?
Oh, this is so funny because this has just already been my
Like,
life for months. For maybe a year now I've been doing this. So I'm like,
excuse me?
oh,
So, yeah.
poor Tay.
I hate it.
How's
So,
kickball been going?
Kickball's good.
When does the actual season start? Like, when's the first game?
We start, our first game is next Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, soon.
Is it still in the same area, like as the ones that the couple I've been to?
You know what, Lex? That's a good question, bitch. It's crazy because even like my other friends, they was like, when your game start? Like, where y'all playing? I'm like, I don't know, bitch. I just show up. They be like, this where we playing. This the times. I be having no idea. So I'll let you know though.
Okay, you know, I'll come. Even though the times I did come, y'all like didn't play.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever actually seen you.
You haven't. You haven't.
I've gone and watched other games that like
Yeah.
your teammates were playing, and then the one you were supposed to play, I forgot what happened, but
I think you came. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I was there. It just wasn't a lot of. I don't know if a lot of people. Was it the weather?
It got cut. I don't remember
last
what the
minute
hell
you were
happened.
supposed to play, but last minute
no, it was supposed
something
to be
happened.
a scrimmage or something. I don't remember. I can't remember. But yeah, but I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's my turn.
I don't know. Do you have any like catch ups other than you fasting or nothing?
I do.
I knew it. Like that's knew it.
I just don't know if I want to share.
What's going on over there? Are you about to cry?
No.
Oh, I was like, is the shrooms kicking
Well, now
in
that you
today?
said the word cry, no, I'm kidding. No shrooms. I'm so sober right now. Well,
Okay.
kinda. So you know, Future came out with a new project called "We Still Don't Trust You," and I heard it. I heard a few songs off of it, and I was like, damn, this shit rise. Like, I really want to listen to this shit.
You doubted it?
Well, the first one I wasn't really fucking with like that.
Okay.
But the second one had more like, it was slower, and there's a lot of like slow songs that I wanted from him.
Okay.
I didn't need a whole bunch of fuck Drake.
Yeah.
Like, so now it's more it's calmer, and it's crazy that's called "We Still Don't Trust You" because thanks to Future, I relapsed. And
Not Shamedia Schley.
Yeah.
Cut the show. Cut the fucking cameras. What the fuck?
And it's just, we love our sing-alongs. We love Future. And I needed a night. I needed a really good night, okay? I really needed a night.
Don't look.
And I hit him up and I was just like, yo, like, what you
So it
doing?
was you?
Yeah, it was me. After, our last interaction,
I'm not judging.
I dropped the mic on that nigga, right? Like, that was a good one. I sent him the screenshots of what I had found in his phone and shit like that. He even said it himself. He was like, nah, you ate with that one. Like, but, yeah, so I went. We didn't even have sex though, y'all. We had a great night. We did shrooms. We got high as fuck. He got a bottle. Well, he got all the stuff, but a bottle. And it was an amazing. It was everything I needed. We fell asleep and cuddled. It was amazing. Okay, so I didn't even fuck.
I don't mean to laugh, but okay, go ahead.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but one of his friends was over there, and we know him from ASU.
Okay.
And so I walk in, and he's like, "Oh, so and so, Lex, so and so." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm finna be like ASU," and he's like, "You got that podcast?" He was like, "Oh shit, you gonna talk about this on there?" And I'm like, I wasn't. And even him, like, even before I came in and oh boy, it was there. Median Splay had mentioned that he had been listening to the podcast and stuff like that, and was really giving me my props or whatever. But it was a good night, and no sex was had, so I still stayed strong.
Okay, I do salute you for that. I ain't gonna lie, sis.
And then I went back over on Sunday night, and he knocked the Mario coins out of me, so multiple times.
We was so close.
But have you ever known love? I can't help it. Okay, I love him.
What the fuck is going on?
All right, so I'm gonna skip my intuition this week.
Okay.
Because I muted mine. So what did your intuition tell you?
You know what? My intuition told me to get back on my shit, and I've been doing that, and I've been trying to stay 10 toes down, and I'm just trying to get back to the not old me, better me, but still like the old me when I was really like on my shit,
I feel that.
So yeah.
Okay. You know what? I work from home tomorrow. Maybe I should get up and run the dogs or something. All right, cool. Okay, so what we got for topics? I think you're first.
Let's get into some topics, boo-boo. Okay, going out to eat.
Love it. But what's the question?
Is not a date. How do you feel about that? I've seen this topic running around a little bit on social media, and I feel like the girls are in a frenzy right now, going in about going out to eat not being a date, and I disagree.
I was about to say, I think going out can be a date.
What do you mean it's not a date?
Maybe not every time. Like when you get into that like mode with somebody and y'all are already steady going together, and here and there y'all can be like, let's go grab some food. If y'all just going to grab some food just impromptu, then okay, I wouldn't call that a date. We're just going to get some food together and we fuck with each other. But girl, if I tell you I want to go to a place that I've been wanting to go to, or we plan it ahead of time and I get cute and we really trying to meet, that's a date.
That's a date, baby.
You can really make anything a date. Like, it's really about intention and if y'all like want to be sentimental about it. So what? So the girls were saying it's not a date?
The girls were saying it's not a date.
Did they make any good points? Like, what was the argument?
I wasn't really seeing like the comments. I just kind of like scrolled upon it and I'm like, this is crazy. Like, we got to talk about this. And I just feel like women who say things like this, like, I'm not trying to be like judgy, but I just feel like y'all really not in it for good intentions.
Yeah.
Like, if you think that's not a date, you clearly really don't like that nigga.
You know what? I
guess
me. Jesus. Shut the fuck up, child.
That fucking sigh was insane.
Anywho. Shout out my label, that's me. I'm in this bitch with TT. UTT. Okay. But no, like, so I guess maybe they're thinking like, if we already talking and texting and you like, let's meet up here to go to get some food. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what the other side could be saying.
I still don't see that. I feel like they're saying it as if like that's beneath them.
What the fuck do they want to do?
Go helicopter riding.
That's what I'm like. Cause I'm girl.
That's what I'm saying. Like y'all clearly
y'all
not liking these
y'all
niggas.
don't want coffee dates. Y'all don't want walk in the park dates. Me neither, but I'm not complaining about the food dates. No one wants a movie date because you can't even really talk. I mean, although movies is a date for me.
I'm about to say a movie is a date for me.
It can be a first date. I won't let it be a first date. But after that, like
we can go to the movie. I love watching movies, and I mean, I'm gonna watch it at home. So let's go out and make it a date.
Not every girl wants an active date. Some do, some don't. Because some bitches want to put on makeup and they don't want to do something where they sweating with a nigga and stuff like that. So it's like, what do they have left?
It's nothing really. Like, y'all bitches is like, it's strict up in this bitch.
And I hate to agree with the niggas, but y'all ladies, if we keep saying shit like this, they're not gonna want to do shit for us. Like,
for real.
Please.
Y'all embarrassing us.
Have you ever known love?
Stop
I have.
saying.
Just saying.
Get into the next fucking topic.
Okay. I'm trying. Okay, so we're talking about boys, we're talking about dates, we're talking about all that lovey-dovey shit. And now I want to talk about putting a label on things.
Okay.
Or giving things a title. Like how important is it to you to have a title of girlfriend or talking or dating, or like how important are titles to you?
Not at all.
Really?
Yeah. I just feel like, I mean, of course, eventually, I guess you want to get there, but I'm never like pressed.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like, oh my God, like I just can't wait to be like his girlfriend. Like that's never like,
yeah.
I don't really care about labels.
I think historically for me, if you look at the niggas that I've probably loved the most in my life, there was no like official boyfriend, girlfriend title. So historically I would say no, but like internally, I think it does matter to me. And I mean, I don't know if it's more for like external validation or like just necessary to set boundaries. Like, why do you think titles are important to people? Do you think it's...
I think exactly what you said.
Which one?
I feel like the external, validation, and the other one what was the other one?
Setting boundaries.
Yeah, but I feel like you can create that space without having a title. Like if you really want that space, if you really fucking with somebody, say y'all just meet, right? And y'all really like solid, y'all holding it down, y'all really fucking with each other. And it's just like, I feel like somebody would just be so anxious to be like, well, I want to be your girlfriend, and it's just like, I'm not really there yet, but we could still create boundaries, like I can be vocal and say like, I don't want to be having sex with other people and I don't feel comfortable with you having sex with other people. But like, I don't have to have that girlfriend title. We know what's going on,
Okay.
So I really think it's kind of like an external validation thing. Like, I want to claim you. Like, I want to have you on my arm,
Yeah, I definitely think it could be both too. But for me, I think it's less about external validation because I don't care if other people label me as girlfriend or whatever. But sometimes it's for boundaries for me too, like for my output. Like, sometimes I have to stop myself from doing stuff because I'm like, this is not my man. Or like... or not wanting to give a nigga the milk for free type shit. So I try to withhold a few things. But like even not just boyfriend and girlfriend titles, like
husband and wife.
No, but like let me go back. Let me say label.
Like,
title sounds official. Let me say label. Talking, dating, like situation. Like I call everything a situationship. Like, and I think that sometimes those are there even for the guys, for them to like feel like they don't, some guys. So let me say this. I was watching my show Below Deck that I watch sometimes. And this guy on the boat is fucking this one girl that he works with. And a new girl comes on the boat and now he likes her. But he's been exclusively fucking the other girl. So he starts like flirting with the other bitch in front of the bitch he's already fucking. And they end up having to sit down and have this talk. And he keeps going back to well, what are we? Like, we're nothing. And she's like, I'm not saying that we are, but that doesn't mean you don't need to have some kind of respect for me as somebody that you are fucking. I still have feelings. It's not like, and I feel some guys do that. Maybe more so when we were younger and like young niggas or whatever. But actually, there's still plenty of grown ass fuck niggas.
Yeah, true.
But a lot of them will do that to where it's like, well, you're not my girl. So like, it doesn't matter if you feel some type of way if you see me out with another bitch, even though I was fucking you 2 days ago, So sometimes I think labels are, I can see the good and the bad.
I feel like a nigga gonna move how he want to move. Like I feel like even if we say we talking, even if we say we're dating, even if we say like we're girlfriend, boyfriend, if he want to mess with another chick, he gonna fuck with another chick, especially him doing it in your face. Like, that's just disrespectful, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was about to like. I think that it's more so a nigga gonna do whatever he's gonna do in whatever title, but it's the boldness that he does it with, how careless he is. And I think that some guys will alleviate themselves of guilt by telling themselves, well, you're not my girl. But it's like, nigga, you still have to have, I think they try to relieve themselves of like responsibilities sometimes because there's no title there.
And I get it. And it's crazy because, like, honestly, like, to me, it's just giving, like, that's a character flaw. Like, I don't think it has anything to do with, like, a nigga. Like, I feel like you just a fucked up individual. You know, like, you just.
But you don't think that's a common thing?
I think it's on both parts. Like, I think that's women too. Like,
okay, well, we can say men and women, but I think that sometimes when people put that talking label on things versus other stuff, they feel like they don't owe that person as much respect as they would if it was actually official, whether it's a boy or a girl.
I've never experienced it, you know, so I don't, and I can't really think of a situation where I've had somebody tell me their experience and that's what it was, you know?
Now I'm saying all this, but I'm telling you right now, if a nigga ever actually said to me, you're not my girl,
yeah,
I would throw up.
Exactly. And
I will say it hasn't happened to me, but I'm also not the type of person to, I don't like any relationship I've been in. I didn't press that nigga for a relationship. He pressed me for the relationship. Like, sometimes I felt guilted into a relationship, like, because that's what you're supposed to do next. So, like, I will say that. So, like, you know, I be falling in love with niggas that are not my nigga. Like,
yeah,
that aren't my
niggas that you not supposed to be with or can't have type shit.
Or, like, you're working things out with because everyone's human. Do you want to do the next topic?
Yeah. Speaking of labels, giving every guy boyfriend or husband treatment. And before we get started, do you think there is a difference between boyfriend treatment and husband treatment?
I think that there once was a difference, but nowadays I feel like it all just blends together.
Yeah.
Because the type of things that I would say are husband treatment back then, people would have been like, I'm not cooking for you unless you my husband. We're just gonna cook for their man. They gonna cook for their man. You know?
No.
Motherfuckers is moving in before they get married nowadays, you know?
And that's where I was going with it. I feel like it's easier to give husband treatment when y'all live together.
Oh, yeah.
It's like y'all kind of living that life. Is y'all sharing like finances, like y'all splitting bills, you know, like the mortgage is being paid or the rent is being paid. But I feel like it's easier to give boyfriend treatment when like y'all don't live together because you can do like little small things, you know.
So you're saying like the husband wife experience is like acts of service?
No, I don't think
like
it's acts of
folding laundry,
service.
cooking dinner.
I mean, in a way.
Okay.
I feel like it can go both ways. Like, I feel like even the commitment is different when you live together. You know, like your life is kind of focused and centered around like this person because y'all live together. Y'all sharing each other's space. You know, it's different when you're not living together.
That's true.
You know?
I think other things like outside of like things like you do for each other, I would say one is like how I would listen to a man. Like, I would totally just be quiet and let my husband handle it if he was my husband, you know, type thing. I'm not like, if we're in an argument or like in public, or I mean, I'm not just going to be out there embarrassing my nigga. But I feel like when your husband tell you something, it's like, all right, I mean, we're going to talk about it when we get home. But I think my respect level for my husband is going to be on 1,000 times any nigga that I ever call my boyfriend. Even if it is the most healthiest relationship ever. I think husband just holds a lot. It's like putting your dick on the table. Like
I think that's where I differ. Because if I'm with you, I highly respect you. Like, that means like I look at you like with the utmost respect. So like, and I like somebody to lead. You know, like I'm very like vulnerable when it comes to me like dealing with a man. So like I want to deal with somebody who's like, I got this. Like, chill the fuck out. I got this. You know.
But like, we'll talk about going out or something or wearing something, and we'll take our boyfriends into consideration. But technically, I feel like we've both said like being in a relationship doesn't mean they can tell you what to do, right? Like, you don't like this. I mean, I respect it, but if it's not that crazy, I'm still gonna wear it. Or I want to go out. Like, I understand you don't want me to, but I want to go out. I'm gonna be respectful. You gotta trust me. I think if my husband pulled that out, I think I would like have no talk back. Like, I don't know.
It would be the same for me. I personally, if this is how I am now, like I want to be in a relationship where I can 1,000% be myself. You know, like if I want to go out and and not even about going out, because I feel like even now I'm kind of like over that going out phase, unless it's like somebody's birthday or like, you know, we're not really just going out like that, you know?
I ain't gonna lie, I miss the club. I just want to I think we should just all put
Just
it on a
one night
section
and
one
just
weekend
see.
and just go.
Bitch,
I
I'll be in
miss
that
the
bitch
club.
like, knock
Tell
the
Tina
fuck
to
out.
come down, bro. We just got to pick a night in the summer.
Yeah.
put
Okay, I'm
something
down with that.
Yes.
But
okay.
I feel like honestly, Lex, I feel like just being married, naturally your priorities change. You know? So that was kind of my point. Like I don't think it's more of a like he's telling me not to do this, so I'm not gonna go. I just think when you're now married, your priorities are different. It's kind of like being a mom. Like your priorities change 1,000%, you know? So I think for me,
So there's no differentiation for you.
there's really no difference. Like I just feel like the living together makes it more like husband material to me, because not living together, you really see that person. So it's kind of hard to give that 1,000% treatment to me.
What about that booty hole?
What?
Get your husband? Get it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a difference.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I feel like if I want to learn a long-term nigga, like, this is too much. But I just feel like when you with somebody for a long time, you kind of just willing to try shit. You know?
What about eating ass? Would you save that for your husband?
Me eating ass?
Yeah. I know you want to do it now, but maybe, I don't know. You might change your mind for your husband.
I don't think that's,
I wish I would have waited.
What?
I wish I would have waited. There's only one
For your
person.
husband?
That's why I'm trying to work it out, bitch. He has to be my husband. I ate his ass.
You cannot be serious.
I didn't tell you this? I did tell you
No.
this. Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm saying
I'm
because
like-
I can be your husband, bitch. You cannot be serious.
Oh.
No, she's serious.
Tom just be telling. Tom just gotta tell.
Ain't you in
sometime.
therapy?
Yeah, about
Do
that.
they know about this?
She does.
What is she? We don't have to talk about it, but the fuck?
I've actually been referred out. Not I got dumped by my therapist.
You need somebody more.
She said I was a little too self-aware about certain things. You know, when you be like in mental health stuff, you like know all the jargon and shit
Yeah.
like this. And so like I be trying to finish her sentences like, oh, well, I know I have this attachment, blah, blah. And she's like, so we're going to try a different approach. And she just doesn't specialize in that kind of therapy.
I'm sorry.
So I'm going to have to re-explain this whole dynamic to a new person.
Okay.
So that's that. I should have mentioned that in my catch up, but yeah, I was fired by my therapist. So yeah.
Okay. Well, next topic.
Yeah, so what could that be? Drunk minds. Do you believe that drunk minds speak sober thoughts?
Do I?
If you had to say one way or the other.
If I had to say, I guess yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say yeah.
Okay.
Drunk minds. Yeah, sober thoughts.
I've always heard that. And I mean, like, I get it. But I feel like when people say that, why do they only mean it when it's like bad stuff said? Because like if a nigga or somebody, your friend, anybody says something like rude to you or whatever, it's like, oh, you've been feeling that way. And now you're drinking, right? But then if I say that this nigga only says he loves me when we're drunk, and niggas is like, bitch, that's a red flag. No, but drunk minds speak sober thoughts. So he really loves me.
They really gonna think you crazy. Like for
Well,
real.
this isn't even specifically about me because this nigga do say he love me when he's sober now. Just said it today. How you feel about that?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it on camera.
No, about the topic.
About the topic. I was about to say they don't want to hear what I gotta say.
What about you? Do you think that you do you get more bold with your words when you're drunk?
I would say I get a little more bold with my words. It's maybe too. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a couple drunk texts I done sent that I probably wouldn't have sent if I was sober.
Right. Like
Yeah.
I agree. And sometimes but you know what? Sometimes I do just be lashing out. like if I'm angry, sometimes I am lashing out because my purpose is to hurt you, and I'm drunk and I'm gonna say what I know is gonna hurt. That's happened to me before, and that's not when I'm sober. That's not necessarily how I feel, but I wanted to hurt you, and I was drunk,
right?
So,
and that's where I was going to. Like, I remember like talking to a guy, and I was like super drunk, like slick, fucked up. And I text him like on some, I ain't gonna say lovey-dovey type shit, but it was some sap shit. But I was just drunk. Like, I wasn't really feeling him like that, like that. So that's why I'm like, sometimes you just be saying shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I can't, it's true to a certain extent. I guess, like, two things can be true.
Yeah.
Like, I do be talking shit, but sometimes I do be more bolder when I'm drunk. So, yeah, I guess that works for both.
got you.
Yeah, because I be saying anything, honestly.
Yeah,
Okay. Wild or wild not?
Wild or wild not. Wild or wild not. Wild or wild not. Wild or wild not.
Wild or wild not? A woman who found peace instead of revenge can never be bothered.
Boo. Boring ass hoes. Get your get back, bitches. That's all I'm gonna let you know. Get your fucking get back. I find peace in that, okay? Because, nigga, is karma real or is it not? And sometimes you gotta be karma. Call me Carmen. What you feel?
The opposite.
Of course.
That's not wild at all. I be peaceful, living my little peaceful life. Can't nothing bother me. Can't nothing affect me in my little space. And you not about to have me react. You ain't about to get a reaction out of me. That's what you not about to do, boo-boo. And then, like, now you got me arguing with you. Like, nah, you beneath me. You beneath me. And I'm not about to stoop to your level. So my revenge is peace.
Oh, I'm stooping. With my Megan knees, okay? And we gonna stay stooped until I feel better, okay? Like, and sometimes you be justified. You be justified. Talk your shit. Like, some niggas deserve it. Like, some of these, bro, sometimes niggas just, like, they need to hear it. You're doing them a favor. Because maybe if you cuss their ass out, they'll really sit there like, all right, damn, I don't want that to happen again. Maybe I should straighten the fuck up. Like, I don't know. Niggas need to be taught a lesson sometimes.
Niggas do need to be taught a lesson, but I'm not going to be the one to teach it. Okay. I ain't got the patience.
I hear you.
So,
okay. All right. Well, wild for me.
Okay, not wild.
What we got next? Okay. This is so funny. That had your name next to it. So I'm like, what?
She about to read
no,
my
it's
topic?
me. No, it's not.
Okay.
Okay, so what's like your tolerance level when it comes to, let's say you have a friend that has an ain't shit ass nigga or has just her taste is ain't shit ass niggas and she just always dealing with an ain't shit ass nigga, hypothetically. What's your tolerance? Like, how long can you listen to somebody complain about their boyfriend being ain't shit or the nigga they fucking with ain't shit? Like, do you have a threshold where you're like finally gonna be like, bitch, I don't want to hear nothing else about this?
It's happened. Yes.
How close?
Like, who's the friend?
No, I'm like, how close am I? Like, should I dial it back? Because I took 5 months off, so that needs to count towards my books. I took 5 months off. Okay.
What was the question?
How long? Like, what's your threshold?
I mean, I have patience, so like I'm always a listening ear, you know. So like it gotta be like I feel like you stabbing me. Like I gotta feel like.
What was the case with if you can talk about it without being specific? Was it just
hard.
too much, or
was very
it
toxic? It was just very, 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 very toxic. Like breaking up all the time. Like, you know, going back and forth. Like kicking each other out. Like it was just like stuff like that, and I'm just like. You know, like I said, I'm a really good listening ear. So, like, I feel like it probably went on probably for years.
Okay, before
I was like, yeah, I don't like want this to be our conversation anymore. You know, like this has become our friendship, you know, and I don't want that to like become our friendship.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the situation for me. But like, I'll give it some time. Like, months can go by and you can be venting to me. So it really got to take for you to just be like, that's all we talk about, you know? And then I'm like, are we friend? You know, like, do you just call me just to like talk? Like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
So
I definitely think that I'm similar. I have a very high threshold. Like, I'll listen because I be there. I'm one of those people. So I'm like, I get it. But like, I think severity matters if we're talking about, and I'm not just going to leave you if you tell me your nigga's beating your ass and you can't leave. I get that there's layers to that. But if it gets to a very severe point, like I've heard about this happening or whatever, then I could see why some people might feel like they have to take a step back. And it's probably a really hard decision. So I hope I never get there. I hope that never happens to any of my friends. But like, one thing that it is hard though, it's hard when they come around after you talk shit about them all the time. And now I gotta act normal. Like, I have like some friends and like maybe their BD ain't shit and like really ain't shit, to where I'm like, that's a bitch ass nigga. And then like, let's say they're having a good week and now like, oh, you want to come drink with us? Like, let's hang out. Like, I'm in here hanging with her and she calling him in here, hey, come drink. And I'm like, I don't want to drink with this nigga. Like, what the fuck? Like, bitch, you don't remember? So that's when it'd be hard for me. It'd be hard. And I was gonna ask you, so I had a toxic situation in college and it was pretty toxic.
Yeah, it was.
I was gonna say, how did you handle that? Because you hung around him when we were going through stuff. I mean, we moved in with you after a situation. So it's
you know what? I think towards the end, when you realized it, I was annoyed. But I think that was at the point where it was like you realized it. And I think, like you said, that was at the point where like y'all were living with me. So it was like, I was already getting the ick with him being there. And I'm like, not no offense, I know you don't give a fuck, but it was like, nigga, like, this is my friend, like, she can live here with me.
I
but
have
it's
the
like
ick that I'm like, why would I even stay with a nigga that my nigga gonna come with me to my friend's house? That's crazy. He should have went and found his own way. Like,
and I think like it was a couple things like there that kind of just was like, it's not giving, but it wasn't like extreme to me at that point. You know, we was young, so it was just
gonna say,
like,
back then when we were young and reckless, we kind of expected our friends to have toxic, like we was used to that toxic ass, like hood. I don't want to say hood ass shit, but like we was ratchet as fuck. So I think we had a big tolerance. Now, like we weren't getting the ick as easy about stuff because like, I get it. Like, we just trying to make it.
Like, wild, free, just like really living life, bro. For real. Really
but
living
now
life.
When I see people tolerating certain stuff, I do get the ick. Like, I know I joke about not being able to like leave this one nigga alone. And he ain't shit, but he ain't shit in ways where it comes to like bitches. Like, he ain't, it's not to where he's put his hands on me like my ex. Like, that would give me the ick. Or like, you know, I've heard of motherfuckers destroying some of my friends' properties when they get into like shit like that. Like, like, this nigga just be texting bitches, and we're working on it. So we're working on it, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, bitch. That should be hard.
Yeah,
that should be hard.
I haven't had that in like a while. As far as like just like it being like an actual relationship, just toxicity, but. Yeah, that shit has happened.
Especially because we have our own lives.
So
like,
that's true too.
When do we, you shouldn't have to be, that's why I've just been in a couple of situations where I've had to be in the presence of this motherfucker that I know I don't like because of how he treats my friend. But on the regular, I'm not, if I had a nigga that I complained about all the time, I don't think I would bring him around my friends and expect everybody to just like put on a cool face, you know? That's
not
uncomfortable.
Happen. Yeah. Okay, speaking of ain't shit niggas and people, being friends with people that are not good people. Like, I feel like that kind of just goes into like, you know, you hear this person maybe like tell situations on how like they did people wrong, whether it was like in relationships, whether it was like in friendships. You know, sometimes you might hear them just like going off for no reason or just like bad vibes, you know, like just not really good people. They might have like their good moments, which probably why maybe that's why you bring them around sometimes or like, you know, certain things they do where it's just like, okay, you might be a cool little individual, but overall you really like a fucked up person.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I've done. Sorry, guys, what the fuck? Woo, someone doing voodoo on me. Like the clit.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. This water got me. Woo. No, definitely. Like I have this one friend who, and, you know, I think I kind of got her out of it. But when we first started hanging out, like she would always vent about her other friends, like people that I thought she was super, super close with. And it gave me the ick. Cause I'm like, you talking about this bitch like you a dog. Or some of the shit she be like, yeah, she mad at me because of this, but I don't get it. And in my head, I'm like, how you don't get why she would be mad at that? Like, you know. So I used to get the ick every time I left. And what I would do is I would compartmentalize. Like I would take time away. Like I would just do it in like spurts like of hanging out. Yeah, like maybe an hour and a half at a time, and then go a week without seeing her. And it's gotten to the point where, bro, it's so funny. Like, I don't want to say too much because, you know, she might watch this. But, you know, fuck it. And she'll be like, yeah, you know, oh, I was going to tell you something that happened, but I know you don't like to gossip. And in my head, I'm like, good
I'm
job.
glad you know me.
I'm like, okay, good.
Yeah.
Like she's learning. No, because it is hard. Like it gives you the ick because you're like, okay, you did this to them. Like you might do it to me. But it's also hard because also I want to judge people off of my experiences with them. And it's tough. So I just compartmentalize. I feel like.
Yeah, no, it is tough. Like you said, I feel like I'm the type, and people have even told me this, like, I don't see how you can hang around that person. And I'm just like, well, you know, fucked up people need friends too. I feel like I've always said that. Like, fucked up people need people too, you know? And I know how to love people or like people for who they are, you know? Maybe you might be a fucked up individual, but I know like, okay, like you said, maybe I can spend this much time with you. You know, like I know I can't just like be around you all the time or like every single day. And I just kind of accept you for who you are kind of in a sense. You know?
One thing is you never mix them with your other friends. It's like, we're going to hang out on our own.
Yes, because I know these people and I know you know, and I just feel like I don't even want to put you in this situation because these bitches don't play, you know? So it's kind of like, and I haven't really had a situation like that, like recently, or just like, I don't even really know if I just like hang around fucked up people. But to me, I don't feel like they fucked up. But, you know, I do have like other, like I said, maybe like another friend might be like, why you hang around her? Like, she just give off bad vibes. And I'm just like, well, you know, that's who she is. Like, I accept her for who she is. And you don't have to like her. But if you feel like she fucked up, she fucked up. But she need friends too, you know?
And it's also about taking, like, it's okay to take note and then move carefully. And I think that's what I do with certain people. I am too. Like, I just even if you make a new friend and you know that they're always like, we knew a girl in college that I was cool with, and she was always losing friends, like female friends. And I mean, even though I knew that, and it's like, okay, well, you know, she must be the problem. I was friends with her until she did something to me. Right. And then I was like, okay, I see now. You know, like, I kind of want to wait. Like, there's this show called Vanderpump Rules, and there's this big scandal that happened called Scandival, where this guy from the cast was in a relationship with this other girl on cast, long-term relationship. Everybody loves them together. There's this other girl on the cast. It turns out, and she was like really good friends with his girlfriend. Turns out he was sleeping with her. It was this whole big thing. So now on this new season, basically there's this whole situation where people are trying to figure out how to forgive him. Because first of all, everybody on that cast it's like a cesspool of cheating on that cast. So like you give people their lashings, and then, you know, you can't just keep kicking people forever. It's like, it happened. They've said their apologies. What are you going to do with it? Well, the girlfriend who got cheated on is like, anybody who's friends with him, I don't want to be friends with you. And so the friends in the middle are basically like, what do we do? And this one girl, she's like, you know, it's hard for me to reconcile how terrible of a person he was to her and a couple of their other friends when he's done so much for me, like during COVID when I lost my job and he knew I was going through a hard time. She said she woke up and he had sent her $7,000. He had always been there for her and stuff like that. So she's like, how do you reconcile that somebody's not a good person like to other people, but y'all's personal relationship, they're like, they've been nothing but good to you. And it's like, do you throw that away just because you see what they're capable of, or do you trust y'all's friendship? You know?
I feel like I'm the person, like, I trust our friendship. Like, and I think it does help when, like, yeah, you might have done, and it's fucked up that you have done these bad things to other people, but you haven't done it to me, you know? So like, right now, to me, clearly, I'm looking at it looking at it as there's some type of like loyalty there, you know, within our friendship. Now, if you try me or you do something to me, that's totally different. Like I have every right to be like, I can't fuck with you.
And also, I think people who are like that do a good job of handling people like at a distance, to where it's like, I'm not going to let you close enough to be able to do that to me, you know. But then some people might say that approach is dumb. Like you see a pattern that's happening and you're just like, oh, I'm just going to wait till it happens to me to cut them off. And it's like, okay, is that not dumb? Like that's like getting with a guy who's cheated in every relationship and then being shocked and appalled when he cheats on you, when like, hello, like he's been doing that, you know? Yeah. So I don't know, but I do try to, as long as it's nothing like rape or some crazy shit like that, you know? I think I try to err on the side of like leaning on our friendship and trusting that person. I might give a little space, but I'm not cutting somebody off just because other people, you know, it's just, and I wouldn't want that. Like, you could have been going through a tough time. Like, what if I'm going through a tough time and I fall out with somebody and I'm sorry, but they're like, no, I can't fuck with her again. Does that mean nobody should ever be my friend? You know? So it's like, but that's a tough one.
Yeah. So I try to just, you know, be nice to everybody, you know? And like I said, even though I might give you that distance, I just feel like people need a listening ear. So even if I can only be the person where you just call me sometimes and we just talk, we might not hang out, you know, but at least like you feel like I'm there in a sense. And sometimes that's all people need, just like a little security, just feel like somebody there for them. So yeah.
I feel that. Okay, girl, what you been watching?
My same show, 911, is getting real good. It's going on, so I'm actually current. So I'm watching the shows, like the episodes that's coming out now. So yeah, y'all know, like I love a good, you know, show I can binge watch, and it's got a good couple seasons. It's like 6 seasons, and it's probably like 18 episodes. So I love them type of shows. Okay. So what about you?
I've been watching Fallout on Prime. It's one of those shows that's like after a video game, kind of like, and I wanted to watch it. First off, the trailer looked good, but also I loved Last of Us, and Last of Us was also like an adaptation of a game on HBO that they made into a show that was so good. So I was like, let me see. And I love a Prime original. Prime be having some good original shows. So I finished it and it was really, really good. Then obviously I'm watching Below Deck. When I was booed up the other night, we started Ouija. I didn't finish it, so I rewatched it, and then I'm currently watching the second one. So, you know, I like a little scary situation. So, yeah.
Okay, MySpace song. What you got?
Should I do 2? So first of all, like I said in the beginning, Future, Nevadius. Oh my God, free band. He did his shit, man. I have like all the slow songs saved. Whether it's Beat It, All to Myself, what's the other ones? One of the Family, Jealous, amazing. But the one that I'm gonna go with today, I'm gonna go with Nights Like These. That's really the song that made me have to hit this nigga up. But I'm gonna go with Nights Like These. Are you doing 1 or 2?
I'm gonna do 2 if you're doing 2.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do a second one, and it's actually it's coming off of a very special playlist that I have, and it's gonna be I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's Is It a Crime by Sade. I said I don't know if you've heard it. Is it a crime?
It is. It's a crime, sis.
My love is wider.
I'm going to do a song off Future 2.
What you got?
One of my songs. Gracious.
Oh, so good. So good.
And then I'm gonna do an old song. Well, not old school, but it's old. It came out last year. Very popular. Praise Jah in the Moonlight. I have been playing that shit every single morning. Like, I was listening to it when it first came out, but like, it's hitting my spirit now. You know,
I hear it on everybody's stories. Yeah, even I had to download it.
It's hitting my spirit, so I'm a do that one for my second song.
Who's that? That's Bob Marley's son or something. Okay, what's his name?
Marley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, I hope y'all liked our little sober episode. I put on a little pop of color for y'all. And our blue lights. whatever they look like back there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thank us. You can find us on at Women's Intuition
Mm-hmm.
on everything. You can find me at fkalex.jpg. And
You can find me at _ Taylor Nicole _ and make sure y'all do y'all business, meaning go comment, like, subscribe, review, all that good shit. Make sure y'all hit that bell button on YouTube so y'all can see whenever we drop any new episodes, which is every Sunday. And just keep fucking with the kids.
bye, y'all.
Bye. Bye.